Just fight a little longer, my friend. It's all worth it in the end. But when you got nobody to turn to, just hold on and I'll find you. I'll find you.
Lama Tinzin is an ordinary Tibetan monk with an extraordinary mission. For the first time in 7 years, Lama Tinzin is taking 11 children on an incredible journey back to their roots. In the year 2001, he rescued these children from miserable living conditions in Upper Dolpo, one of the most remote regions of Nepal. Lama Tinzin built a home for the children in India and started the Children's Education Development Society, the CED, where they could receive health care and education in a nourishing environment.
The mission is special. We are taking care for the children who is special in the Himalaya border region and who is totally hopeless, is out from the communities, out from the caste. So those are the children we rescue and give the opportunity to, through the education, to stand in the communities.
These children have not seen their homes since the day they left for the CED. For some, the separation has lasted as long as 7 years. Their parents hold on to the bright hope that these children will return home to uplift their communities one day. This is the story of the first of many homecomings for the children. On this journey, Lama Tenzin intends to keep 2 promises. First, he has promised the children that they will be in their parents' arms again. And second, he promises their families that they will see how education has changed the lives of the children. Mention the Himalayas, and we picture men and women of all nationalities risking their lives to scale Everest or K2. Those that succeed are glorified for their accomplishments in the climbing world. But unlike most Himalayan expeditions, this one is not about the mighty footsteps of men and women conquering the world's highest mountains. This journey is about the small yet meaningful steps of children, guided by a determined young man. Like thousands of other expeditions that begin here, this journey has all the excitement and danger of a classic Himalayan adventure. Mountain passes at altitudes of 18,000 feet, extreme weather conditions, and even the ever-present possibility of death. This expedition will proceed on foot for 30 days. They will need to take everything they need with them, including 30 days' worth of food, equipment, medical supplies, and gifts for the village children they will be meeting along the way. The excitement of the journey ahead and the coming reunion with their families is etched on their faces. The children finally begin their voyage to their villages in the Himalayan border region of Dolpo. The children of Dolpo were born on the borders of Nepal, India, and Tibet.
I feel very good because I first time to get into airplane, and I'm so excited to meet my parents.
We are definitely these children. After 7 years, they're going back to village. And my responsibility, commitment has to go back to meet with their families. That's my commitment.
Just fight a little longer, my friend. It's all worth it in the end. But when you got nobody to turn to, just hold on and I'll find you. I'll find you. I'll find you. Just hold on and I'll find you.
I'm hanging on by a thread, and all I'm clinging to is prayers. And every breath is like a battle. I feel like I ain't come prepared. And death's knocking on the front door. Pain's creeping through the back. Fears crawling through the windows, waiting for them to attack. They say don't get bitter, get back.
The driver went to check out the road. It is good, so we can continue the same bus. We don't need to take unloading and loading stuff, things, luggage. So that's good. Driver will be back, then we can see how they work.
Although the children's journey is of great importance, the sick man's life comes first.
I settle for a peace of mind, picking up the pieces of my life and hoping that I put together something right. Tell me all I got is all I need. Tell me you gon' help me stay and fight. The world tryna play with my soul. I'm just tryna find where to go. I'm tryna remember the way. I'm tryna get
Up
back to my
ahead,
home.
a landslide of massive boulders blocks the road. It will take days to clear the way. Dynamite will be needed, but it will take another day to get explosives to the site. Again, Lama Tenzin refuses to wait or turn back. He and the children jump into action. Pempa and the older children help him build a makeshift shelter to keep the small children dry. Pema Lamo is 15 years old. When she left her village of Karang to join Lama Tinzin, she was 10 years old and could not read or write. If she had stayed on in Karang, she might have been married and with child by the age of 14.
I am oldest children of CED. I take care of all children. I make for food all children, and I see for all children. This is my duties.
Karma left his village with Lama Tenzin when he was 3 years old. Back in their villages in Dolpo, the children would be carrying back-breaking loads every day. Children such as these, who are from the lower castes of society, would spend their childhood working without time for school, dreams, or ambitions.
I have to learn education and knowledge from CET because we all have no any education, and they need doctor, and they need some pilot, and they need some artist, they need some beautician, the other else. And when I grew up, I became into a doctor.
In Jomsum, Lama Tenzin recruits porters, but they are reluctant. They will need 18 horses and donkeys, and 3 men to carry 4 sacks of potatoes, 8 sacks of rice and wheat flour, other food supplies, and camping equipment. A bargain is struck. The expedition will depart from Jomsum in 2 days' time. It was on a summer pilgrimage that Lama Tinzin and his brothers first visited Dolpo. They wanted to go somewhere that would feel like Tibet, for they were Tibetans. Inexperienced trekkers from the city, they got lost and ran out of food. They were offered shelter in a Dolpo village. What they saw there changed their lives.
And she said, please take my child to India for the education.
In the Himalayan region, they have a lot of girls, mostly girls, they have a less opportunity to go to school, and they are starting their work when they're 4 years old until the 13, 14, and then after 13, 14, they have to getting married.
Right then, Lama Tenzin decided that he had to do something for the children of Dolpo.
It's not like somebody who can guide me to say you have to do these things. It just came up and I just follow because I feel I like it and I believe like it's the more important than my religious. So I just do these things.
Lama Tenzin decided to build a home for children on the family property. He called on his mother and his sisters to help him.
When they heard about this thing, they become so mad. They say, no, that's not a good idea. Why are you bringing these children? What's the relative with this then? A relationship with them. So then I just say, I don't know, but we just went to there, we saw the children, we just brought it back, so we see this situation. Then after that, is a very much my sister, like it become a little bit quiet, and she said, okay, let me think about this one, talk to my moms.
And the problem for the porter, they don't want to go out there. So that's why, we have to camp here today.
I don't know where else to go, and I don't know what else to do.
No, don't let the fear make you feel like you
The first days of the trek are blessed with fine weather. The children are unfazed by the plunging gorges as they trudge up narrow trails in single file, their feet lightened by song and laughter.
Hi.
The children have been walking for up to 10 hours, every day for 4 days. Today, they take time to rest. Lama Tinzin maintains their CED schedule of chanting and writing or drawing entries in their journals daily.
And this is my house, this is my kitchen, and my father and mother make food for me.
When I was a child, it's really we don't have any kind of like a dream. That because my family has a lot of child, and every single child has a very less opportunity to be study, but still my mother worked hard to give all the equals education. But that's one of the two main highest journey before we get to Tarka.
Pampa cooks traditional Tibetan bread over the fire. This will help the children store energy for the following day's challenges. They are all in high spirits, even as they negotiate steep paths of rock and make their way across ice-cold, raging waters. When Lama Tenzin became a monk, his teacher taught him, "You must sleep like a pigeon that is always alert, because now you are responsible for all human beings."
Got nobody to turn to. Just hold on and I'll find you. Just fight a little longer, my friend. It's all worth it in the end. But when you got nobody to turn to, just hold on and I'll find you. I'll find you. I'll find you. Just hold on and I'll find you. I'll find you. I'll find you. Just hold on and I'll find you.
Lama Tenzin returns to Dolpo every year, looking for other children to rescue. Instead of pursuing a life of meditation in a monastery, he devotes himself to the children. 13,500 feet above sea level, the highest villages on earth are here in Charka Valley, in the southern part of Dolpo. After traveling on foot for 6 days, they arrive in Charka Bat. This is the village of Chuni Lama and her mother, Karma Doma. When Lama Tinzin came to Charka Bat in 2001, he invited one girl, Chuni, and her mother, Karma Doma, to join the CED. This is the only instance in which he also rescued a parent.
So today maybe she's not doing this thing. Maybe hopefully maybe she's going to be a great teacher to help all the children to not like child laborers.
Asa ta ama dini lapchal na singal. Me ma aminyam tu ta nga jiburu acha. Aminyam tu ta jiburu dini di pu de chung ne nga kha te ti ngarang ka ngal this acha. Itu ye chang di chi kale ti che ta ti da bin ja ji ro pa chi so. Dini nga cho cho ti ni ta di ma le ba te dini dur le nga acha jibudo.
Lama Tinzin holds a special agreement with the children at CED. After they complete their studies, they will be given work and earn an income at the CED home. Then, they are to spend 6 months of each year back in their own villages, teaching and helping their neighbors. For now, Lama Tinzin instructs them on this important mission in simple ways. He teaches them to show simple acts of kindness towards the children they meet. They have carried school supplies with them all this way to distribute to local schools.
When I am 10 years old, Lama Tenzin came from Dolpo. Then we 10 children take set house and many take Lama Tenzin brought so many things like towels, clothes, and then we shower and clothes, and we are so happy.
The first step is they can bring a big hope for the other children in the Dolpo. That's our first goal. Their first goal is their own village. Then second goal is like all over the world. They can bring the message. They have a lot of children, even they call it like a lower caste or hopeless, but they have the same hope, same as like their child, the city or whatever. So they have a possible to change the a life for these children in the Himalayan border regions.
The trails they walk upon become treacherously thin. The pack horses are sent ahead to reduce the risk of the children getting pushed off the trail. They must exercise caution at all times.
Sorrowing sometimes, pouring from the skies, stories dark and cold, chill you to the bone, shattered feet I fall, lonely rivers call, try to go my way alone, searching for my home, 'cause I've been...
Karma feels the toll of days of trekking with only breakfast and dinner to fuel his young body. A severe headache brings him to tears. Some of the other children are also complaining of headaches. It is the altitude taking an effect on their bodies. These children were born in the highest villages in the world, but they have lived in lower altitudes for so long. It will take time for their bodies to readjust. Lama Tinzin takes Karma in his arms and does his best to make Karma feel better, reassuring him that all will be well by morning.
Now I'm stuck down deep, trying hard to...
The children are now walking noticeably slower. Their footsteps are no longer accompanied by laughter and song.
Fools took my faith, still you looked my way and gave me hope inside, even though I hide, 'cause I've been down some road.
Cold, wet, and hungry, Pema Lama is stricken with hypothermia, one of the many risks trekkers are exposed to in the Himalayas. Her body is losing heat. If her body temperature drops further, she will fall into a stupor, and her body will slowly begin to shut down. try to lift her spirits with songs and silly antics. With a smile comes to her lips, they know she is out of harm's way.
Would you find and firm and gather till I only dwell in thee? If I flee from greenest pastures, would you leave to look for me? Forfeit glory to come after, till I only dwell in If my heart has one ambition, if my soul one goal to seek, this my solitary vision, till I only dwell in thee, that I only dwell in thee, till I only dwell in
We're gonna make our way in this old house, find a way to work things out. We're gonna laugh and cry, sleep all night, wake together in the morning light. In this old house, in this old house, we're gonna make our way in this old town, leave it better than the one we found. We're gonna love our old and teach our young to have a little faith in the rising sun. In this old town, in this old town. We're gonna make our way in this old world. We're gonna treat her like a priceless pearl. If we love her kind, we'll be just fine. Then we'll pass her on in the good Lord's time. This old world, this old world, this old house, this old church, this old town, this old